GOP debate minus Donald Trump added up to very little fireworks.
But there were some heated exchanges between the Republican presidential hopefuls on certain hot-button issues, among them immigration. KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan joins us now with a live look at the GOP showdown. Dave?
Lena, Jeff, there were a lot of moving parts tonight. The Trumpless debate in Iowa, where his challengers sparred on a variety of issues. An allegation tonight that Trump demanded Fox to pay $5 million to his favorite charities for him to show up. And, of course, the Trump rally and fundraiser for veterans.
I don't know. Is it, for me personally, a good thing, a bad thing? Will I get more votes? Will I get less votes? Nobody knows. Who the hell knows?
Relishing the moment, but still questioning what impact it will have on his campaign, Donald Trump led a combination campaign rally, Trump-on-Trump rumination session, and fundraiser for veterans groups. With hundreds watching and thousands more unable to get in, as 7 of his challengers in the race for the Republican presidential nomination debated the issues of the day a couple of miles away without him. In fact, at his event, Trump told his supporters Fox News was trying to convince him to debate right down to the wire.
Fox has been extremely nice, and the last number of hours, actually. And they've wanted me there, and they said, how about now? They called a few minutes ago. How about now? Can you come over? I said, hasn't it already started?
But Fox News released a statement saying that Trump demanded a $5 million donation for his charities from Fox News in return for his participation in the debate. Fox News says it rejected the proposed deal and insisted it would not pay for him to debate. Meanwhile, at the debate, Senator Ted Cruz mimicked Trump in responding to a question about his absence.
I'm a maniac, and everyone on this stage is stupid, fat, and ugly. And Ben, you're a terrible surgeon. Now that we've gotten the Donald Trump portion out of the way.
But for the most part, the debaters stuck to the issues and ignored Trump. Senator Marco Rubio was in the middle of many of the clashes on issues like immigration, where he and Jeb Bush accused each other of flip-flopping on a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants.
You changed your position on immigration because you used to support a path to citizenship.
So did you.
Well, but you changed it in the book.
So did you, Marco. He cut and run, and that's a tragedy, but because now it's harder and harder to actually solve this problem.
Then Rubio got into it with Ted Cruz on the same issue, accusing him of flip-flopping on immigration.
And when you got to the Senate, you did an interview with CBS News that wasn't even part of the video, where you said on the issue of people that are here illegally, we can reach a compromise. Now you want to trump Trump on immigration, but you can't. We're not going to beat Hillary Clinton with someone who's willing to say or do anything to win an election.
You know, I like Marco. He's very charming. He's very smooth. Marco made the choice to go the direction of the major donors to support amnesty because he thought it was politically advantageous. I honored my commitments, and as president, I will honor every commitment that I make to the men and women of this country.
New Jersey Governor Chris Christie pounced on that exchange, declaring it makes his argument that a Washington outsider should be nominated.
I feel like I need a Washington to English dictionary converter. But when you're a governor, you have to admit it. You can't hide behind parliamentary tricks. That's the difference, and that's the kind of leader we need in the White House.
And finally, there were just a couple more jabs at Donald Trump.
Chris, I would note that the last 4 questions have been Rand, please attack Ted. Marco, please attack Ted. Chris, please attack Ted. Jeb, please attack Ted. Gosh, if you guys ask one more mean question, I may have to leave the stage.
I kind of miss Donald Trump. He was a little teddy bear to me. We always had such a loving relationship.
Well, I don't know about that, but by the way, Trump announced that his event raised nearly $6 million for veterans charities, $1 million of which he said he donated himself. 2 other Republican presidential candidates spoke at the Trump rally. Mike Huckabee and Rick Santorum showed up after their own early debate for 4 candidates who had minimal support in the polls. Lena?